Okay. Okay, and we're back. I accidentally stopped the broadcast, so I'm gonna try to hold this camera so that I'm not blocking the microphone. Turn this around for a second. Okay, so I'm here with my friend, and KCM 1060 just joined us. And so we're gonna just share a little bit about some personal experiences with manifesting, deliberate creation, talk about what's the difference, and just see if it resonates with people. So I welcome all of the replay viewers that are going to be watching this, as well as anyone who's joining the broadcast. And so I guess we should just go ahead and get started. Hi, it's nice to meet you too. Where are you from, KCM 1060, and what's your name? I'll wait for her to respond to that. And so we're actually right now, we're just here at Barnes & Noble's. We're just sitting here, Jersey Shore. Hey, Kim. Well, thank you for joining, and feel free to,
Kim.
Yeah, this is Margaret. Feel free to chime in with any, questions or comments that you have as we're talking. This is definitely interactive, and love to get your feedback or your input on the conversation. So basically, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So what we wanted to talk about today was the difference between manifesting and, she said hi. Hi. The difference between manifesting and deliberate creation. So we know that when we talk about like the law of attraction, and we talk about how we're always manifesting what we're thinking, what we're feeling, all of these experiences that we're having are directly related to our thoughts and feelings. So when we're positive, in a nutshell, we attract more positivity into our lives, and when we're negative, we attract more negativity into our lives, and that's just in the simplest, way of explaining it. Of course, you can go into more detail with that, and so we won't do that right now, but basically, that is manifesting. You're always doing it. You're never not doing it. And so the difference between manifesting and deliberate creation is that once you begin to realize that indeed the law of attraction is actually at play, then you can deliberately create the life, the experiences that you want. They say that we create our reality. I like to say that we create our experiences of reality. And so basically what ends up happening is you begin to practice what I like to call the art of allowing, where you are consciously aware that your attitudes, your thoughts, your feelings, the way that you are carrying yourself, your level of happiness, your level of peace inside yourself, all of that goes into creating the experiences that you're having. And so whatever happens can be it's a direct result of that. And then you begin to start asking, or letting your desires be known outward, outside of yourself, out into the universe. And the next thing you know, synchronicities start happening. You start meeting the right people. You start showing up in the right places, right timing. All of these things that show you that indeed your energy is creating this effect, and you start to have these miraculous, things start showing up in your life. It seems miraculous, but really it's the art of allowing, and it's you just letting yourself experience the things that you're wanting to experience because of the fact that you are being positive. You are being love, you are being joy, you are being happiness in every moment, as often as you can, as much as you can. Now, of course, there's things that kind of prevent us from experiencing this all the time. So the emotional blocks and challenges and things that come up. So those are just things that we are here to work through and to discover for ourselves, and to look inside and see, what is it that I'm needing to learn from this particular situation, so that I can be in this state of, unconditional love, gratitude, this part, state of allowing the things that I'm wanting to experience to come to me. So basically, we just wanted to share some of our own, sort of personal experiences with this, and just talk about it and see what everyone else has to say. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and put it on Margaret, and I'm gonna have her share her recent experiences with this and anything else that she wants to share about it. So here we go.
For me, I had experience. I go to church every Sunday, and I recently moved from one city to another city, and I was new to the building of the church, and the women were in there. At the time, I just assumed everybody should be getting to know me and who I was. I realized that they didn't get to know me who I was because I had my perception of who I was, saying I was better than that person because I worked full time. Some of these women were housewives. I didn't understand at the time until I had someone ask me, you know so many people, you work with the public, you go to church every Sunday, so do you have a good friends of church, their circle of friends or positive friends? And I really couldn't answer that question because I kept thinking, I do know some of them, but there's nobody that I can honestly say that I can be positive and have that circle of friends with. So then it made me think, why was it I feeling that way? And then it hit me that I was putting a block up. So my own perception of who I was not allowing me to be able to receive that positive energy vibration to the other women. I already had my thought process was already prejudging where were they at in their life. Had nothing to do with them, and it only had to do with me. As soon as I was able to dig into that and come to realize that it wasn't what I was saying to them, it was me. Then the next time I went into church on this last Sunday, I had all the women that I've seen for about a year that I've known started to approach me and ask me questions and know about my family and where I'm from, which was amazing. And that made a huge difference because they commented that they always see me come in, they see me come dressed up, they always see me with my children, and they just never had the opportunity to get to know me or say hi. And my whole attitude and my thought process just shifted, and all I can do is think about that person and sending them love. And didn't have to carry that on with me anymore, knowing that she's better than me or I'm better than her, or I have this and they have that. I had to remove that out of where I was at and say, all of us women are all here for a purpose. And we all need to understand that everybody's light and love. And as soon as we can see that within ourselves, we're able to see that within the other person. So that was my thing of allowing and manifesting. As every time I went to church, I kept wanting more and more friendship through the women that were there, but I didn't know how and how I was going to get there. As soon as somebody opened the door and helped me see, and I allowed it to open it within myself, my inner self, and I returned it back as a beauty and sending that condition love to myself and to the women that approach me. So now I have an open mindset where I'm able to receive and let that follow through. And I have no fear of other women. I have no doubt in other women. I have no confusion. I'm not irritated about any situation that's going on because I've accepted where I'm at today. So I can have that I can have that spirit and energy with me as we're going, because we're all here to help each other no matter where we're at in our chapter in our life. It doesn't mean that they need to know where we're at. They're just not understanding, or they're not educated, or they get information about that. And just by talking to other women, you'd be surprised of all the stuff that you can learn from each other. And then apply that, whatever it is that irritates you about them, or if they ask you or say something, apply that to your life and see where that fits into your chapter of life. And as you're going through this lifetime, see where that place is at. And once you're able to tap into it, you will know more. Say, oh, this is what was bothering me about this person, or it's always an image of what you're going through in your chapter of life. So just kind of remember that. So that's what I've learned on my end about the manifestation and allowing.
Right. So I know that you recently had something else that happened in terms of deliberate creation, and so basically, a lot of times we're looking for something like a manifestation to be like a physical manifestation to show up. So you recently manifested a new car. And so can you share a little bit about that whole thought process, what went into that, and how you allowed that to come into your experience?
I really want to be honest, because about a year ago, I wasn't very happy where I was at, but I manifested all this is coming to me now. and not knowing that I did that in my own self. I am divorced. I moved from another city to another city, maybe 10 minutes away. I kind of lost everything. I lost my home, I lost my car, I lost a lot of stuff, and so I had to really be humble with myself and then start right over. But as soon as I started that, I knew in my head, I know that this is what I'm getting because I know that's what's coming to me. So as soon as I set that motion in my mind and I manifested and I kept saying and praying about it, but it was almost like, I know that's coming to me. Only because I was already thankful for what was coming to me. I already had said, well, thank you for the new car, but it's not here yet. Didn't know that I was practicing that in my head, but I wasn't giving it a voice outside, but I was putting it in my mind. And the more and more I created that in my mind, it became my reality. And so step by step, I started looking into car dealerships and cars and looking online for programs for single moms and how to get a car. And this last time I got down for a surgery that I had to go for 3 weeks. And I had that time and the opportunity to just sit there and manifest and just meditation. And before you know it, I already seen myself in this small car, an SUV, driving it. And I knew what color it was. And it was amazing. Didn't have no expectation on it. Didn't know how I was going to get it. Didn't know where it was going to be. Didn't even already manifesting, not going to put money down on it. And that, I actually put that in my mind. And I kept practicing it over and over and over in my head. I'm going to put it in. This is what I'm getting because this is what I deserve.
And I'm grateful for it in advance.
In advance for it.
I already know, no doubt.
Yesterday, and I received that car and walked out with it, driving, and I gave thanks and I cried because I was appreciated and just sending love to God because I could not believe it. I believed it, but then I did still processing that it's here, it's with me, and I have it in small.
Yeah.
And so that's how I feel about that. But not knowing that I've been doing this for years, I started to remember everything.
Hi, Honeybee Fly, 1980.
I started to remember everything that I manifested. So I manifest my job, I manifest my schooling, I manifest my car, I manifest my divorce, I manifest my daughter moving out, I manifested.
Thanks for joining.
I manifested in not.
Thanks for the heart.
That, I kept praying, this is what I want, and asking the source of God. And then I already said, thank you for allowing that, thank you for giving me that, thank you for hearing me. And I'm blessed, and I count my blessings every day. And as soon as I kept doing, and every time that I recognized that, I thought, oh my God, I already said that and I already did it. It's king. That's the manifestations that I've learned and I've grown to accept.
Awesome. So for we only have a couple people on this broadcast, but hi, it's me, Crystal, and so we were just talking about the difference between deliberate creation. Oh, hey, Jess. Hi, honey. Thank you for joining. And look at all the hearts. And so we were just talking about what's the difference between deliberate creation and manifesting. And Margaret was just sharing that she prayed and she put it in her heart and her mind that she needed a new car. She wanted a new car. She deserved a new car. She had no doubts that she could be provided a new car. She was grateful in advance for a new car. And then when the moment came and the opportunity presented itself and she acted on this impulse to go, she went and got a new car and drove off the lot with it without putting any money down, without needing to do anything extra to do this. She was ready, absolutely. And so what we're talking about, the readiness comes from what I like to call the art of allowing, which is when you allow yourself to be positive, you allow yourself to constantly seek a state of mind, a state of being that is positive, that's happy, that's joyful. Yes, ma'am, the art of allowing. And you practice this on a daily basis. So we know that we're going to come up against emotions and things like that bring us down sometimes. But to make a decision, a choice within yourself, that whatever this feeling is that is what we would consider to be negative, that I don't have to feel like that. I can make a choice right now to just be happy. I can go and take my mind off of whatever's bothering me. I can go do something else. I can, go play with my kids. I can go walk the dog. I can go work out. I can go do something else that's going to put me into a better vibration, that's going to raise my vibration. So the number one thing with the art of allowing is deliberately raise your vibration. Deliberately change how you feel to make yourself feel good.
And with that thought is, if you're always in doubt and you're fear and confused and lost, you are blocking yourself to let that positive energy to flow with you. So you're actually putting a block up for that negativity to not flow through. So what I learn now, every time I have a process of thoughts of any kind of negativity come up, I cancel it out, I release it, and I enter the positive thought and give it unconditional love and bless that person or the thought that I had can come through. For me, and that's what I've been learning on and working on, and it has worked with everything that I've allowed myself to give and to receive. And I am happy as I've ever been, and for a long, long time. I've created this new whole shift world of mine. And I also realized if everybody can be where they're at and they have the things that I wanted, why can't I get that? So I knew right away, the number one thing that I need to change my mindset and my shift, my thinking, that I can have everything that I got. I just need to learn to allow it and accept it and give it thanks in advance. And I'm no fear of anything, because wherever I'm supposed to be at that moment given time is for a reason. There's no by chance or second guessing. It's for a reason. So I removed any of those thoughts of fear and doubt and confusion.
Yep. So that's the number 2 thing, is that you have to allow yourself to trust and know that your good is bound to happen. Something good for you is bound to happen. And so it's definitely a mindset. It's definitely a shift in the way that people think, because a lot of times we dwell on the negativity and we dwell on, oh, well, what if this happens or what if that happens? And, the law of attraction is always working. So if you're constantly thinking about the negative aspects of things, well, that's what you're going to experience. And so, and thank you for the share, lady. And so, yeah, so that, is basically what we, wanted to share about today, was just, the difference between manifesting, because you're always manifesting, regardless of whether you're thinking positively or thinking negatively. Your experiences are coming directly from how you feel and how you think. And if you deliberately change the way that you feel and think, be positive, be happy, spread the love, do for other people, shift yourself out of those negative thoughts, then things that you're wanting will start to come to pass. I know that for myself and my own experience, even here in the last, couple months, in the last week, I've had, new interactions with new people, with new opportunities that have come up because I said to myself, I really would like to work with this person. So actually I met this really powerful healer on Facebook, and I was looking at his products and everything, and I was like, wow, it would be really cool to work with him. And I'm in the shower thinking about, well, he needs, sort of his website redone. It would be really cool to work with him on, updating his website. Now, I don't know this person. He doesn't know me. But I just saw his stuff on Facebook, and I was like, I really appreciate and I like what he has to share, what he's offering. But I think his website needs an update. So yesterday, I had a phone call with him. He lives in Mexico. I'm here in Washington. Had a phone call with him, and we made an arrangement to where we're going to work together. I'm going to help him with his website and his web presence, and he's going to help me with, the energy work that he does. And so that, to me, that's deliberate creation. I knew that I had it within myself to create this. I asked for it. I wanted it to happen, and there it is. And I do things to make myself happy deliberately so that I can be in the energy and the flow and the vibration of positive things coming to me. So thank you, my dear. We're going to sign off here. We've been on here for a while, and I'm so grateful and appreciative that you came to,
Thank
share,
you, Jessica.
Jess, and make sure that you post and let me know when you're going to be doing your next broadcast, and also let's get together. Okay? All right.
Bye.
Love you. Thank you for watching. Bye.
That was good. I really like that.